Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and this is going to be another coaching session for League of Legends, and we're going to be coaching TX Maverick today. So if you're new to the series, this is an ongoing series in which I help viewers learn how to become better players by doing an in-depth analysis of a replay that they send me for the modest price, or I guess the modest donation of $20. So if you're interested, I'll tell you some more about it at the end of the show, and you can learn how to get some coaching of your own if you'd like. But let's go ahead and get in here. So we're coaching TX Maverick today. He's going to be playing Sona, and he's going to be against Janna. I forgot what this ELO is. Let me see. This is Bronze 1. So right on the cusp of getting to Silver, right? So he's just wanting to get old coaching to put him over the edge here. And his MMR is probably pretty high, or so it would seem, because he's facing against a bunch of people who are already Silver. So that's good. But how this is going to be structured, I have a pre-game, which I'm going to go over runes, masteries, talk about an initial game plan, so what he should be thinking about before the game even starts. Then we'll get into the game itself. I'll take some notes as I watch the replay, and then at the end I'll come up with 5 really quick things that I think he could do to really improve his play and help him get into that silver bracket, and maybe even up higher, maybe gold by the end of the season. Maybe higher, who knows? But let's take it one step at a time. Okay, so one thing that I noticed right away when I look at his op.gg, and I would definitely, if you're new to the games, recommend looking at op.gg. You just type that into Google. You'll get this, search yourself, has a lot of good statistics, pretty accurate. Helps you stay up to date. So you can see like win percentage with different champions, and just a lot of good stuff in there. So this TX, yes. Okay. Just making sure. I thought maybe I got the wrong person there for a second. Okay, here we go. So one thing that I noticed right away is he has excellent vision control, which is good. I mean, this is one of the keys to moving up in ELO, is having really, really good vision control. So he placed 42 wards and 7 vision wards. So that's pretty amazing. So yeah, you can see here 7 control wards, 42 vision wards, cleared 3 wards. Pretty good. Yeah, so he had more vision wards than everyone on both teams combined by a lot. Only one other person had a vision ward. The Janna bought 1 vision ward. So he was definitely really far ahead there. Similar in warding. The Janna did put up a couple more wards and cleared the same amount, but the vision wards, very, very impressive. So that's one thing that I want to start off saying. So yeah, good runes. Oh, in terms of the runes itself here, vision wards rather than runes. He does have the rune set that I recommend. The only difference here is that he has some lower tier runes, and I'm assuming this is because he just doesn't have the IP to afford some of the full runes. So that's fine. It's 2 movement speed runes, 1 armor, or 2 movement speed quints, 1 armor quint, cooldown glyphs. Pretty close on the seals. He has health per level instead of flat health, which once again is budgetary reasons, I imagine, and that's fine. Flat armor is very similar to health in terms of its valuation in lane and just its raw gold value as well. So that's fine. That's a fine substitute. The ideal runes, you'll have all armor marks, flat health seals, CDR glyphs, and the same stuff here, just the upgraded version. So all of that's pretty good on the runes. Just upgrade those as you move on, or as you move on up. It's not a massive deal to have the lower grade runes, but it's definitely something that it could really make a difference when someone walks away with like 1% health, or you just barely get killed by that last tick of Ignite or something like that, which does happen from time to time. So I'm going to grab a drink there. I just got up a little bit ago. Trying to knock a couple of these out before I get into some stuff today, a couple of these coaching sessions. Okay, so as far as itemization goes, I highly recommend changing up a couple of items here. So I really like Redemption, and I really like Ionian Boots. But there's some other stuff that I would switch up here, and I got a couple of reasons why. Okay, so I highly recommend you go Locket and Ardent Censer over Frozen Heart and Athene's Unholy Grail. I know both of those items seem like they could be pretty strong. But the Locket Redemption, Ardent Censer has some crazy synergies that I talk about. And you also want to get Ruby Sight Stone instead of Eye of the Watchers. So I went ahead and linked here. We're not going to watch it, but... Oh, I left a link for anyone that's watching this in the Google Doc, which you can find it in the description to the video itself if you want to click on some of these links or read over some of this stuff. And I'm sure Maverick's probably seen this already, but for those of you that haven't, in my 7.6, I went ahead and linked to about 45 minutes in. I talk about support itemization. So I tell you why Redemption and Locket are really good. Especially with Ardent Censer later on. So, I mean, basically what it comes down to is the efficiency of the item. So, Redemption is about 5,000% efficient. Locket is about 375% efficient. Ardent Censer is about 365% efficient. And all of those scale with Windspeaker's Blessing. So, it's really, really good. And I haven't looked up... well, I can look it up really quick. Let me look up. We'll look up Morellonomicon. Or not Morellonomicon. I'm thinking the other... It's been so long since I've even bought this item. Athene's. I believe this is named after someone who was a YouTuber or something. A really early person who covered... League of Legends, I believe, was named Athene. But anyways, so it's 110% gold efficient. And if you think about the passive regeneration, you get to 121%. And so then it really just comes down to how much do you value this healing or shielding 20% of the damage. And since you're not really building that much AP in that build, you know, you're talking like a power cord. It is pre-mitigation damage. But even if you're power cording someone for... Let's just see how much... We can put a closer valuation on this. I hadn't thought of this until just now to try to see. Okay. So even if you're power cording for 320 nearest enemies, okay, so it hits 2 people. So you're power cording for 320, you get a 1.0 ratio basically because it's hitting 2 people. So how much AP did you have in your build? You had virtually none. I mean, you've got Eye of the Watchers, and Athene's does have a little bit on it, so that's 40, 65, so it's 130. So you're getting 130 plus 320, 450. So 20% of 450 is going to be 90. So you do get 90 extra heal off of it. That is pretty good. Okay. So it stores it up. There's no internal cooldown. Okay, so I mean, you do get an extra 90 heal that you generate off of this. Which is decent. Oh, I can quantify that. Okay, so 90 heals, about 90 HP. Let's say that you hit this 3 times in a fight, a power chord. So that's 270. So that would add an extra 720 efficiency, or 720 gold worth of stats of the item. So that'll take you up to 718 plus 2543. That'll give you 3261 divided by 2100 equals about 1.55% efficiency. Let me put it to you this way. Okay, so each power cord, what do we say? It gives you 90, which is 90 times 2.66. And redemption was worth an estimated gold value of 10.5 or something on average. So you need to come up with, to match the efficiency of redemption, you need to come up with $25.43 was your base stats, divided by 90. This is how many power cords. Okay, so to match redemption in a team fight, you need to hit 88 power cords to make Morellonomicon match redemption. Or what it seems like to me. Because each power cord, given your build right now, is going to give you about... well, no, it's not 90. Hold on. So it's 90 times 2.66. Yes, so that's 240. Okay, so 10,500 minus 2543 divided by 240. There we go, a much more manageable 33 hits. So you need to be able to power cord them, or hit them with 33 Qs in a team fight. Now, you can also auto-attack them, which is going to do a lot less. You know, your auto is going to do like 70 damage instead of 450. And you can land power cords, and you can land your ult and all that stuff. But you're not going to come close to the efficiency of redemption. And you already have redemption. But even items like, you know, like I said, the efficiency is still only going to get up to like 150 if you land 3 power cords in a fight. Maybe you land an ult, hit a bunch of people with it, and you land some extra autos or something. Maybe you get up to 200% efficiency, but it's just not really going to touch the 350% efficiency, or 375 rather, of Locket, or the 365 of Ardent Sensor. So it seems like a good item. It is cool. It does have some nice interactions with Sona, because she does put out some decent damage. But overall, I think you'll find much more success with this combo. Now, Frozen Heart is definitely something that you want to trade out. Athene's is a little bit more debatable. It's an intriguing item. It's cool. You know, I like it thematically. It's just not as efficient. And you really want to go for efficiency. Because what the bottom line, what efficiency means, you've never thought of this, that basically equals kills. So, you know, every 450 gold efficient that you are, that's about equal to a kill. So it's basically giving your team a free kill worth of combat effectiveness. So, you know, when we're talking like, if something's, you know, 4,000, or if something is 10 times as efficient, every 450 gold basically is going to give you an extra kill. So in that last scenario that we're talking about, if we take 10, 500 with the themes of 2,500, let's make it nice round numbers here, 8,000. You know, that's about 17, 18 kills. So, you know, you start whittling that down once you know, land power cords and stuff like that. But it's tons and tons of kills. It's 5 to 10 kills at least in a team fight that you're getting for free when you start off, when you get an item like Redemption. And if we look at Frozen Heart here, and we'll get to the game here in just a second. I'm just talking about items because I know itemization is something that a lot of people ask me about all the time. And, I just want to make sure that I'm explaining and articulating. It's like not just my opinion, like I feel like Redemption or Locket are good. It's really a lot of it is based in mathematics and situations in games. And it's all about efficiency. So, Frozen Heart's total gold value is 28.93. That's without the 15% movement speed cripple. So you're talking about 107% efficiency. That's a low number for a utility item. And 560 of that is locked up in flat mana, which you really don't need. I mean, Sona does enjoy having a lot of mana in fights, but that's a big price to pay for flat mana. And if we're thinking that, the attack speed is minus 15%, if you hit all 5 of them, that's 75%. Divided by 12, that's what a dagger is, which gives you 12%. And that's 300 gold. So we'll divide it by 12. That's about 1875 gold. Divided by its initial price. So you get into about 177% efficiency on Frozen Heart, assuming that you put it on 5 people, which it has a really low range. So you're taking away, whatever that number was, gold worth of attack speed. So yeah, it's not even close. It's not even holding a candle to it. Now, yes, the way that I just did that math is a little bit off because attack speed cripples apply before attack speed buffs, and so the cripple is like something that lowers attack speed is much stronger than something that raises attack speed because the lowering applies first to the base before the buff applies. So that makes the base lower when the buff multiplies, which cancels out more of the buff. In other words, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. But regardless, it's not going to get you up to 500%, that difference there. And a lot of champions just don't need attack speed that much. So, Graves is not going to need attack speed that much. Ari's certainly not going to need attack speed. Neither's the Syndra. The enemy Janna is not going to care about attack speed. So, usually the person who cares about attack speed most is the AD carry. And the 700 range is a bit close to try to get to a lot of AD carries in a game. So you need to be further on the back line because often to get within that 700 range, you're going to have to run through the front liners to get close enough to the back line to apply that. So you're probably, if you're going to apply that to anybody in most games, you're going to be applying that to the tank that's trying to dive your AD carry. And that's just not really going to matter that much if Malachi's attack speed is crippled by 15% and they're on your AD carry, or if Mundo's attack speed is crippled by 15%. Or Poppy, or Nautilus, or whichever mega tank is in the face of your AD carry. So, in your case, it is good against Zen, but is it good enough to not get Locket or Ardent Sensor? I don't think so. Okay. Alright, let's get back in here. Let me see. Hopefully I'm not taking too long. I'm taking a decent chunk of time here, but I think that it's important to explain those things and just try to sort of tell you where I'm coming from on that. Also, another thing to put in here is that you have 73% CDR from your runes and masteries and items if you add all of it up. And the cap is 45% because you have insight. So if you trade in Ruby and Locket instead of Frozen Heart and Morello's, because those don't have CDR, then that would bring your total down to 43%. Which is very, very close to the max. So that's very efficient. So you're paying a lot of extra gold for stats that you're not really benefiting from because you can't go over 45% CDR. And if you want to see some of my Sona games, I'm sure you've probably already watched them, but for other people out there that haven't watched them, I have a Sona playlist linked for you there. And that is not relevant for this game. I think I had that as a standover from watching one of the Zyra games earlier. Okay, so let's look at the actual gameplay here and sort of the pre-game. So we're looking at a Sona versus Janna matchup, and we're looking at Sion in the jungle versus Xin Zhao in the jungle, and other such things. So what should you be thinking about when you come in here? So Janna's a really good matchup, or Sona's rather is a really good matchup into Janna. You want to make sure that you pressure early as hard as you can. So you want to walk up to Jinx, try to auto her. So how you play against Janna is you bait her shield before you use mana. Because if you're using mana and she's using mana to cancel it, that's not going to be a great trade usually. So you walk up, you auto. Once Janna see that auto attack coming in, a lot of times they will shield. So go up, normal auto, wait till she uses that shield. Once the shield is down, then you'll have about a 5-second window because it's got a 10-second cooldown and a 5-second uptime. So once that shield is down, then you walk up, go for a Q, auto, power chord as much as you can. Just really sink your teeth into her because she's not going to be able to heal back through that. And you have the advantage of being able to heal retroactively, whereas Sona has to block, or Janna rather, has to block the damage up front. So if you bait those shields correctly and you use Qs and power chords on the Jinx when that shield is down, ultimately you'll be able to run her out of lane. You're not going to kill her in lane probably, but you can at least run her out, get her to miss a lot of CS, and tell your Ezreal to be aggressive too. So remind him that you have a heal and that your heal is most efficient if both people take damage. The Sona's heal is actually pretty expensive for how much it heals if it's just on her. So it has to be on multiple people. So you need to tell him to get up there and just say, hey, let's get aggressive. Let's really attack this lane. Janna has, if you look at her runes, and you won't be able to see this until you move up in game. There are some third-party programs, I think, that can let you do this. I used to use Lol Nexus, but it was bugged out when I tried it last night on stream to tell you the runes of different people when the game's loading up, so you kind of get a preview. But Janna does have flat MR and AP runes. So they could potentially be stronger in all-in situations. So you want to aim for small trades and leverage your heal. So try not to all-in them, because Janna with that MR and with the extra shield and, you know, levels 1 to 3 can be stronger than you and the runes that you're running. But you should outscale her later into the game, potentially. So yeah, just go for small trades. Be aware of the jungle situation. So Sion is really weak in the jungle, and Zen is very strong early. Zen's strong later, too. You don't have a lot of stuff to peel this guy off later in the game. Sona's not amazing at peeling. You have your ult, but if he lives through your ult, which he probably will, because of the Janna and the Morgana shields, you really don't have a lot left. Sion is probably not going to peel for your AD carry. He's probably going to go in and try to attack the back line. Ezreal can get away for a little bit, but unless he builds Frozen Fist, which is becoming more uncommon, then it's going to be really hard for him to kite. Gnar, I don't expect big things from Gnar, but maybe. I mean, Gnar can peel a little bit, but then Orianna's probably going to try to hit. Orianna might hit him. We'll see. But in general, Zen's going to be a problem. So you need to don't overextend early, because Sion, I suspect, is just going to power farm until level 6. We'll see. But he's not the most prolific ganker in the jungle. So be careful with that. So they're probably going to go top. If I have to guess, just looking at the team comps, I think they would camp top, because Braum plus Zen seems really strong in terms of gank situations. Braum top is obviously a little weird, but you know, his ability to lock people up and stun the Gnar seems like that'd be pretty powerful. So I would even tell Gnar early on in the game, just be careful. I think they might camp you top, because top lane seems like a very obvious place to camp. Bot lane, they don't have much CC. They could try to gank you bot, but they're not going to do that probably unless you're really overextended without wards. So just be careful, and it's going to be hard to gank Orianna in the middle, I think, unless more glance a Q. So just don't overextend too much. Don't push too hard, because know that their jungler is going to be a lot stronger early on. And you want to try to, I didn't write this down here, but you want to keep a ward on Dragon too. I'll write it down now. So Zen is a threat early on to sneak and kill the dragon, so you want to make sure that you're trying to keep that warded. And if like Janna sneaks out of the lane and disappears for any length of time, then she might be doing dragon. especially if the AD carry is still in lane and Janna's not. It needs to be, you know, sending off some bells in your head that dragon. So you need to watch out, especially if they see Sion top. So if Sion tries to go top and gank, and you don't see Zen on the map, and Janna like sneaks out of the lane, then they're probably doing dragon. So you need to try to get over there and tell your team and just stall it. Sometimes if you just like drop a ward on them or just kind of walk around the area, like don't get caught, but just walk around. Sometimes it'll scare them where they'll stop doing it. So you're on the clock this game. You need to end the game as fast as possible because you're going to lose the late game. Jinx is going to outscale Ezreal. Zen's going to outscale Sion. Sion's not going to be able to do anything late game. And once they put a Janna shield and a Morgana black shield on that Xin Zhao, he's just going to mow right through your team, I think. So you need to be very, very proactive this game and try to close it out as fast as you can. And especially because it's a Morgana middle. I'm not a huge fan of Morgana in general, but she does make it very hard to crowd control people. So Orianna and you are going to have some tough times getting your CC to stick to that Zen. And that's really your only crowd controller, both of you. Because Morgana is going to be building a lot of AP, and that AP scales into her black shield to make it particularly hard to beat. And then, you know, Janna with all of her shields and heals and all the stuff that she does, it's just going to make it a nightmare to try to get on either Jinx or Zen. And your damage is pretty low. Like, Sion doesn't do a lot of damage. Gnar doesn't do a lot of damage. Ezreal doesn't do a lot of damage. Orianna can do a lot of damage, but it's situational. So you need to be shot calling with authority and trying to like leverage those Sion ults. You need to try to get Sion to come bottom. You have to slow down Jinx. So try to save your ult and ult the Janna so that Janna won't ult and blow back the Sion. It's going to be hard. But there's no way that they're going to kill mid lane Morg, probably. Or they could kill top lane Braum if your jungler goes up there, but anyways. Now, in team fights, make sure that you hit Zen or Jinx with your green power cord to lower the damage. This is going to be pretty important, especially, I think it'll apply the debuff even if they are black shielded. I believe it'll apply the minus 20% damage debuff because that's not a crowd control, it's just a debuff. So I'm not sure about that. But either way, you need to try to be hitting the Zen and the Jinx with your green power cords as much as possible just to lower their damage. That's one of the only things you can do outside of your ult to try to mitigate damage. Well, I mean, your shields off of your W do that too, but just be careful also not to ult a black shielded target. So if someone has black shield on, do not waste your ult on them. Wait until it falls off. And you might be able to roam middle occasionally to try to make some plays, but just make sure that the Morg shield is down before you ult once again. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in there. A little bit heavy on the pregame, so sorry about that, but I really wanted to talk about that itemization a little bit. That's a common question that I get asked, you know, what about Athene's, what about Frozen Heart? So I just wanted to run some numbers there really quick. I could have done that beforehand, but I just thought of it as I was shooting, so we'll just put it in there. Okay, let's get in here and see what we have going on. So that was the pregame that I was talking about. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Just to get past the early stuff here. We got the old AFK Ori. Alright.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Get my notes ready here. Okay, good idea. I wouldn't invade either. Morgana's pretty dangerous in a level 1. I haven't seen Janna yet. What's the teleport situation? Okay, both top laners have teleport. Okay. So watch out for Braum teleporting behind you or something in team fights. Okay, get up there. Get up there. Need to get aggressive here. This Ezreal's actually doing some damage. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Okay, wait. Okay, you got her shield. Now go, 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 go. Okay, so you... Yeah, you need to do that harassment pattern that I was talking about, where you wait on that shield to go down, and then you have 5 seconds to go up. Go. So as soon as you see that shield, it needs to be like a bullseye on Jinx. Like, walk up, auto her, power quarter. As soon as you see that shield go down. Now you're going to have to walk up, use your power cord on her, Janna's going to shield it, and you're going to have to wait for another opportunity. Okay, wait, wait. Nice, that was a good bait. Okay, now, get ready, and go. Go, go, go. Oh, auto. Yeah, whenever your power cord is up, you definitely want to use it to auto, because then... And wait till her shield is down. Because if you'd been aggressive with her in these little windows where I'm saying go, 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 she would have already had to leave the lane. Because you would have done at least an extra 300 damage to her. Yeah, this Janna is shielding really early. And Ezreal's getting aggressive. So you actually have an 80 carry that's getting aggressive, so that's good. This is one thing. Yeah, Ezreal's doing a good job with harassment here. Yeah, you just want to make sure that shield is down before you walk up. And really go hard. Okay, wait. Go, 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 go. And go. Yes, yep, there you go, good. Now keep going, she's low. You have a heal, she doesn't. She's out of mana. Okay, attack him. Yeah, don't let that Janna get away with that. Just keep attacking her. It's fine to go all in right there. Her exhaust is down, they're out of mana. You can just keep going hard right there. Like, punish him. So I'll just write down, be a little bit more aggressive early. Let's see. Early, play around, Janna's shield. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's good. That's a surprise. I thought Zen was going to have the early jungle advantage. Yeah, use the auto before your Q. How we looking CS-wise? Yeah, anytime she goes up... Okay, wait till that shield's down, then turn around and just pop her in the face with your cord. Right now. Quarter. Cord Q. Cord Q. No. Okay, wait till this is down again, then cord Q. This Janna's wasting her shield a lot. She's not even waiting for you to auto her first. She's just so scared. Yeah, just muscle up on them right now. Like, they're really low. You see how scared she is when you step up in front of this? When you're up, you know, full health and she's that low, you could go up and get tough with her, especially because Sion's right here. So you're not going to get ganked. Or if you do, Sion can roll up and counter gank and kill him if, like, Zen pops over this blast plant here. I don't think you've seen him yet. Yeah, Ezreal actually is playing up and being pretty aggressive here. You just need to try to go up and match his aggression. There you go. Oh. Yeah, this is a major thing. There have been some times where you've gone up to land some good power chords, but don't be afraid to land, like, actually auto, or land some Qs, I mean, to go up and auto and actually use that power chord, because it hurts quite a lot. Yeah, like right there, you should be power chord and, like, auto, and then use your Q. Because every time you use a spell, when your power cord is already up, so when you already have power cord, then that's a wasted opportunity to charge another power cord. So if you use it immediately, once you get a power cord, then after 3 more spells, you get another power cord. But if you're already sitting on power cord and you use a spell, and then you use it, then you're going to start at 0 again. So you want to try to get as many power cords in as you can, which means you need to be hitting them every time it's up. Every time you do 3 spells, you need to hit an auto before you do another spell to maximize Sona's damage potential. And like I said, you really need to leverage this early on because they're going to smoke you late game, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, Ezreal needs to be up a lot of CS. And right now, he's going to be up like maybe 5. I mean, she's going to come back and get some of this probably. You should back right now. Yeah, get out, get out. You see Zen. You need to tell us Ezreal get out. That's probably you pinging him, but yeah, he needs to back right there. Yeah, you need to back too. You both need to back right now. Okay, that's a solo kill. Alright, yeah, that lane's... I mean, I know Braum's kind of a weird top laner, but I didn't think he was going to get killed this much, so... You got your top laner winning, which is good. Orianna's probably about to die. Yeah, she overextended. So this is kind of a butterfly effect at this point, because if you had backed when I was saying that you guys should back, then you could have had your Sightstone, and potentially gotten up here to ward this for her by that point. But because there's no wards there, then she got killed. Now, that's not obviously directly your fault. Like, she shouldn't be that far up. But it is something that you could have potentially prevented, right? So it's not, oh, you need to flash, you need to flash. Okay. Now you all are in trouble. Because she has an item on you. Yeah, because she got to come back with what, like a pickaxe or something? What'd she get? BF sword? Yeah. That's big trouble. So what happened now? Now, Sion's going to cover this, but that means that Zen is potentially free to go do whatever he wants right now. He could go gank top, he could go gank middle, because he knows where Sion is. He can go do dragon, because you don't have wards on it. And they see he's right there. Okay, fortunately they're not doing it. He could do whatever he wants on the map. So they could have done dragon right there if they wanted to. Because even if it's warded, they can take a stab at it. If they see you walk over there, they can stop. But if it's not warded and they don't see you walk over there, then... Or they don't see Sion walk over there, then... they can just back up. So they're going to get dragon now, almost certainly, because Ori rotated top, right? I mean, they're a little late on it. You guys did get the scuttle. Sion, you need to get up. Actually, no, you need to let him go. Let him go. They're going to cut you off if you try to go up there. Yeah, just try to get a ward on it. Try to put the ward there next time. I assume you probably just misclicked, but... Okay, so... So a lot of bad things happened there because you both didn't back. And I know that Ezreal's probably wanting to stay or whatever. He's like, hold on, man, I need to get one more thing. Ezreal's really good with early backs, though, because he gets a tier. Like, Ezreal typically wants to go back before the other laner wants to go back. Yeah, and you're even on CS now. So what could have happened, what should have happened back a little bit ago was you should have backed after Jinx backed. Typically, it's almost always, like, with very few exceptions, you want to back when the enemy lane backs. You push it into their tower, and then you back too. You get a little bit of an advantage, about a 5 CS advantage, because they lose a wave under the tower. Most of a wave. Okay, good. Sion's, this is what I was talking about in the pregame. This is where he should be going with his level 6s. Janna's gonna save her, though. Maybe kite him and kill him under tower. Y'all are going way too hard on this. You're gonna die. He died. Yeah. Yeah. That's way, way too hard. Oh, God. Well, Janna just gifted you that one. Yeah, he shouldn't go under tower. I think he used everything. You could have exhausted somebody in there, but I don't think it would make much of a difference because you can't exhaust the tower. And that's what did most of the damage, but... Yeah, you just need to ping them. Like, go in and flash and stuff like that, but just... An ult, I don't know. Or go in and throw your ult maybe and then leave. He was gonna die when he did that. You just can't do that to Janna when they have all their summoners up. She died with heal too. If she would have used a heal, she wouldn't have died, and they would have just 2-0'd you. So yeah, he needs... That was the right move for him to do, but like not under tower. Like he should be trying to go bottom with his ult, but not under tower. So yeah, if you guys... Let's go ahead and pause this. I just want to talk about this for a second. If you guys would have backed... Let me just back it up here. Well, I'll just talk about it. You know where I'm talking about. It was when Jinx very first backed. If you would have backed on time, you would have been up 5 CS. You would have been able to get a Sightstone, which means that you could have potentially gotten up here to ward for the Morgana. Let me just see if that actually would have happened. And then we'll go back to where we were. Okay. Some more... Ori hasn't died yet, right? No, Ori hasn't died yet. Okay, so let me speed it up. I just want to see. It takes about 30 seconds to go from the pool back out to the middle of the map. Okay, let's see. Speed it up here. Let's see if you could have helped prevent Ori's death. Speed up a little bit more here. And she probably backs after this wave, right? Yeah, she's way too low. She's got to back. Okay, so she's backing. So you push this into the tower. Okay, so hit this one last time. Okay, now immediately in this bush back. Okay, so let's put you on the clock. Where are we? 7:36. Alright. So if she dies before 8:06, then you could have probably prevented it by buying a Sightstone and walking up here and warding for her. So let's say, what did I say, 36, so 8:06. You would have been about right here, so you would have seen him. Yeah, you would have seen him when he was walking in there. It would have been close, but I think that you probably could have saved her life if you backed immediately to go get a Sightstone. And then also what happened, so what you would do is you would go back, get your Sightstone, and then I think you would have enough gold to Sightstone. I think you would. If you don't have enough gold, obviously that calculus is going to be a little bit different, but I think you would have had enough gold to Sightstone by level 6. And not only that, but because you didn't back, she comes back with that BF sword, you don't have any items, and you had to use your exhaust and your heal just for funsies, because you didn't back. And now you don't have mana, neither one of you has mana, and they get to push you in a tower and catch up in CS. So now you're no longer down, you're no longer up 5 CS, you're just even. And she has huge map pressure, and like I said, they could have done Dragon with Scion, because now you can't ward it because you don't have Sightstone. So if you got the Sightstone, you would have been able to ward this and this. The Dragon. And probably deepen their jungle, too. So once again, I suspect that a major reason you didn't back there is because Ezreal didn't want to back. But, you know, sometimes you just have to back and just tell them to chill. Okay, so this is about back to live here. Go and make sure we didn't miss any action. I'm pretty sure we didn't. First tower went down. Okay, we're still contesting Dragon. You did die somewhere in there. Oh, yeah, that's the dive. We saw the tower dive. That's right. So there wasn't a lot you could do there. Like, the best thing you probably could have hoped for was just let Scion die. So go in there, throw an ult, try to do what you can, but don't die yourself. Just so that he doesn't freak out and start raging at his team. Where's my team? Where is team? That type of stuff. Although he's probably doing that anyways. Okay. You have wards on it. Yeah, you should be up here contesting this a bit faster, probably. Okay, good, good. Good. Get out of that. Oh, God. Okay, nice flash. Nice, good job. Hit this plant, hit this plant. Get the plant, get the plant, get the plant.
Blue team double kill.
Okay, good. Get the plant. Get the plant, go help them press bottom. I would get this plant and go follow them over here and make sure they get this tower. You might even be able to go further and get another tower. I mean, I guess backing's okay there because everybody's dead.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That's not bad. You need to be going redemption. I think that's what you're probably doing. I would not upgrade this Frostfang. I would just get that redemption a lot faster. I talk about this a lot on the stream, and you probably hear me talk about it a lot. Yeah, I would be going for Ruby Sightstone plus redemption here, but I mean it's okay. It's not like that's the worst thing in the world, but I think you definitely could optimize it a little bit. That was pretty good. So one thing on that exchange, we'll go back a little bit and then we'll go forward. You want to make sure you use your green power cord. Use the pink one, I believe. On the Xin Zhao. Did you hit him with the green? Maybe you did hit him with the green and I'm just blind. Let me see. Okay, so a little bit faster on the reaction time. And they get to about half before you start moving up here, and it's in plain view. You did get there in time, but okay, let me see. Okay, so you've got the green one lined up. Okay, my bad. You did use the green one, so good job. Be a little bit... Play a little bit further back. I mean, I know you're probably wanting to ult the Jinx there, but you got to respect the Morgana a little bit more with her ult. Now, she doesn't have enough AP right now to punish you hard for that. But later on in the game, if you try to run past her like that and just ignore her, she will blow you up. Okay, but overall, good job. That was great. You did hit the green power cords. That was the one thing I was going to ask you to do a little bit better, other than respect Morgana and position a little bit further back. But overall, great job. Okay, so we'll rotate back up here. Ezreal is probably about to die. Yeah. Yeah, he overstayed. So I don't know how many wards you had at the end of Dragon last time, but if you had any wards left in your inventory, you should have dropped one, like while you were backing, just drop one like here or here or whatever, and that would have prevented the Ezreal death. If you were out of wards, obviously you can't do that. I won't go back and look at it again. But if you did have wards, then definitely try to drop your wards before you back. Is this actually warded? Did you just ward that? Timing-wise, it looks like you just warded it. So, if you had wards before, you know, try to drop them. Yeah, I think you just warded that in that. Which is a little redundant. You only need wards in one of these. So, you want to ward, if you want to ward this area, you need to ping him back now. There needs to be red pings all over the screen. You can't let this guy keep getting away with this. Like, you have to let him know, dude, not okay. And I know, like, you can't control him, but you need to let him know. Like, not in a rude or mean way, but just say, come on, man, we need to, like, chill and just wait until we have more people on these. Because if that happens a couple more times, that could be a thrown game. And like I said, you guys are ahead, but you need to win, or they can come back. Because they're going to beat you in the late game. So yeah, you can't directly control Sion, but try to ping him back and just tell him, try to be encouraging but suggestive, you know, like, hey man, wait on people, you know, we've got this, we don't have to force it, that type of stuff. Okay. Speed up a little bit, looks like he's caught again. Yeah, so Ezreal has some problems getting caught out. Now, he's only died twice, though, I guess, but... I mean, your wards just went down here. And just make sure you're keeping up with the wards and that you're refreshing them. Like, you need to make sure you have vision, like, here and here right now. Maybe on Rift Herald. Xin Zhao can do that really quickly. Okay, someone needs to come down and mark this tower. They're just gonna get it. Yeah, I didn't exactly follow what was going on for the last couple of minutes with you, but yeah, you need to come down here. When you see Jinx clearing a lane like that, she takes towers really, really quickly, so you need to try to get over there and just make a show of it. Obviously, it's going to be really hard for you to defend it 3v1, but if you make a show of it a little bit more, then, you know, they might just back up. Nar's probably about to die. Well, he got him. Will he survive the Zen, though? Well, he won't. Or will he? Okay. Yeah, Nar's... Okay, Nar's doing pretty well. What is he building? Cleaver? Yeah. Okay, so you need to use this Nar while he's ahead. He's actually playing pretty well. Relative to everyone else in the game. Yeah, so I would consider just following this Nar around. Like, you want to try to find who your primetime person is on your game. Who's the person who's playing well? There you go, yeah. I was about to say, a little bit late on that. But you got it. Really close to him dying. That was a good exhaust, though. Good exhaust, good ult. Ping your team that Dragon's coming up. I don't know which one it is. Windrake. Still, Windrake is still good for rotations. People, you know, talk trash about it. It's this terrible dragon. Yeah, it's not as good as some of the other ones, but it's still a dragon. And it's still nice. Keep him topped off. How you looking item-wise? Yeah, I would definitely get Redemption before you get your Eye of the Watchers. It does have nice stats on Sona, and pro players, that's what they will get is Eye first, but in solo queue, you really want Redemption first. They won't contest your vision, and it's just way more of a clown fiesta. Yeah, y'all need to be sieging here. Your comp's not really that great at sieging because you have 2 melees. But try to siege a little bit more. I would just go get this dragon right now. Like, try one more wave, and then try to get dragon. It's really hard to siege through Janna. Okay, that was good. Good. Okay, yeah, definitely go in there. Get in there. Maybe not that far in there. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. Keep spamming your W a little bit more. I haven't been watching too closely on your W usage. I assume you're probably using it on cooldown there, but you should. If you're not, you definitely should be using a lot of Ws. No, y'all need to get this tower and then get Dragon right now. Ping them at Dragon. I don't know if that was you or what. I think that's you. Yeah, ping him back. Tell him back. Type, they're coming, they're coming. Help, Dragon, help. Get him down here. Ezreal needs to be down here, because if they come down here and interrupt this, it could be really bad. Like if Janna gets sight of you and then like Braum TP's over or something. Yeah, you got forced off of it because y'all didn't rotate fast enough. And Sion and you don't do any damage. Y'all need to leave. You need to be pinging people back. Get out of there. There's going to be 5 of them. Yeah, no, you're going to get flanked. Use your power chords more. Hit him with the green. Hit him with the green. Okay. Yeah, I think you need to be using your more W's in fights and hitting more green power chords on people. Like, that should be most of what you're doing in fights, especially if you're low on mana. Is just your heal is the top priority. Like, your W is nice, but because you're not building AP, which you shouldn't be, in my opinion, then you want to be using your W rather than your Q. If you're tight on mana. If you have both, if you have a lot of mana, then, you know, obviously use them both as much as you can, but... Okay, so I will say, shot call faster. Faster with more authority. More W in fights. More power chord. So you're doing a good job of not putting yourself in harm's way often in a lot of fights, which is good. Except for that one dragon fight where you walked by the Morgana earlier, which you survived it, but that was a slight mispositioning. But everything else has been pretty good in terms of positioning. You're not getting caught out a lot, you're respecting danger, but just try to hit those power chords, land those autos, it's pretty important. Because reducing 20% damage for 3 seconds is pretty big in a team fight. Especially if you can get that on multiple people. Yeah, y'all need to leave. It's 4v5. Braum has teleport. And you're missing Gnar. Yeah, this is really bad. You're missing Gnar. He's most of your team's gold right now. I mean, it's ending up okay, but some of this stuff is going to add up here in a second, I feel like. Like, you need to be pinging him back. I'm going to put ping team back more. Yeah, there's just not enough pings going on. Like, this Scion can't get away with this without hearing from some people. Like, not in a mean way, but people need to be telling him to chill. Yeah, y'all are about to get aced. Not aced, I mean, Gnar's alive again, but... Yeah, this is where the payback's coming. They're starting to get enough items to start punishing you for overextending. So that was a 4v5, because Gnar was dead, and he has most of your money, like I said. He's got 7 of your team's kills. And he's the one that has been playing well. So now, because you guys chased up to here... Remember, once again, it's not your fault directly, because it's Scion, because he keeps running in. But you need to tell him not to do that. Like, in a nice, productive way. Like, don't say, you're an idiot, you know, that type of thing. Obviously, you wouldn't do that. But, just say things like, you know, hey man, just chill, Gnar's dead, or just like ping, you need to be pinging back. Like, there should be a lot of red pings on that when he is doing that. And you need to be saying, like, Gnar dead, like, ping Gnar's, like, death timer. 4v5, like, just type a bunch of stuff like that out. And he might do it anyways, but he might not. Maybe he just didn't see it. I mean, a lot of people in Bronze and Silver, and even, frankly, in Platinum, they don't pay attention to their minimaps. They just don't know. It's not that they're, like, willfully ignorant. I mean, some of them are. But some of them just straight up didn't even think about that. They didn't even notice that Gnar was dead. He just saw someone out of position and wanted to fight. So help him out. Be his eyes and ears. Be his critical thinking. So he might go in anyways. Like I said, it may not make a difference, but he might not. He might actually want to do the right thing. He just doesn't know what it is. There are people like that who want to be good. They want to do the right thing, They're not all trolls that just straight up may not know what the right thing is to do. I think most people are like that. That are making mistakes. I think they just don't know better. Okay, so you're turning it around here. It's good. You need to back up, though. Leave. Leave. You're low on mana. You're out of cooldowns. There you go. Now we're hearing about it. This Ezreal... This Ezreal's probably gonna die again. He's just really not respecting, like, anything. He's sitting here, like, taunting people, trying to hit a couple of CS, like... Now she's gonna kill her, too. The Jinx has grabbed, like, what? 5 kills? 4 kills? In the last 2 minutes? Really, really bad. You need to ping... You did ping Ezreal back. But just do more to get this Ezreal to stop dying as much as you can. Just... ping him, say, hey, back, chill, they can engage on you, be careful. Well, Sion's suiciding. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Like, I would be typing something right now, like, we have to chill, this Jinx is getting really out of control, let's make sure we group up, let's go bait Baron. Like, just give them something to do, so that they have a purpose. Nar's dead. Ping him back. There should be a lot of pings here. This is that spot where not having redemption is really adding up. It's really adding up big time, because if you had redemption like here, when y'all were running away, like how this is almost 30 minutes into the game, you don't have a redemption yet. Let me go back and just see that fight, and then we'll move on here in a second. Where I was like we were like right here, 29 minutes, 30 minutes.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so this is right before they got Dragon, I think. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright, so you're chasing people. This shouldn't happen, but it does. Now let's just see what would happen if you had a redemption here. Okay, so they're all pretty low. You're chasing people up here. You should back. You don't even have a wave to contest this tower. But I just want to see. I think redemption could have made a difference. You can drop redemption right here. Boom. They'd be at full health. Extract. You can actually heal him up too. So Braum can't go in and do that if you're all at full health. Like, you're healing him up slowly, but it's too slow. Or redemption right... Oh, they have redemption. You see that? That right there. Because Janna redemptioned, that top Jinx and Braum off to full, and now they get to chase you and kill you. Look at this. If you had a redemption right here, your team could turn around and kill this, probably. Or if you had used it earlier, you probably could have done it. But because they had a redemption... Look. See her health right now? Where is it? Where did I go? What just happened? Oh, I set it all the way back. Oops. Okay, it was like right here. Press the wrong button, I guess. Okay. Okay. Now I want you to look at her health. Right here. Especially right here. Okay. See her health? Look at how much health she has. Like 500 health. Now I want you... I'm going to go back a little bit here. Look at her health. See how much health she's missing? Okay. Do you see how much health she had at the end? It's about the same amount. So she would have been dead. You would have all been full health right here with redemption, or very close to it. And she would have been at like 200 health right now. But instead, because they used a redemption, right there, dead, without redemption. So, because they had redemption right there, almost exclusively, because they had redemption and you didn't, Jinx got like a triple kill, and they get a dragon, and they take you off the map, so you can't push, so they get another, you know, minute and a half of scaling. So that's the power of redemption. I mean, so they just got 1350 gold. You just lost a potential 1350. Because you didn't kill the 3 people that you probably could have killed if you had redemption there. And they get a dragon, and they get more map pressure. And that's what started the snowball. So now Jinx, as soon as she backs, she's going to get some more power. And now people are getting out of position and chasing. At least before in that last Clown Fiesta, y'all were grouped up and running around together. But now everyone's just losing their mind. It's another 4v5 he engages on. So you need to ping him back. Ping them all back. There needs to be a lot of pings here. So y'all are still ahead enough to where you're, like, these aren't, like, completely wrecking you, these fights, but it's getting close. It's like a couple more fights like this, and it's going to be over. Okay, so she was really late on that. Okay, so we'll go back up to live. Whoa, it's about 30 minutes. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that because this Janna basically rushed redemption. Well, she's really far ahead of you. Holy cow. So your team's actually ahead right now. Because you have, I believe, you have more towers, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they have 3 towers. Yes. So it's 3 to 6 on towers. And you have 1 more kill and 5 more assists. How is that even possible? I can't see kind of the gold differential right now, but somehow she's really far up on items on you. I mean, she does have the Eye of the Oasis. Maybe she got that early on. I'm not really sure why she's this far ahead, but she has Redemption and Locket right now. And that's... She didn't have Locket up here. I didn't see a Locket proc, but the Redemption absolutely turned it around and massacred you in that one fight. So we'll keep going. But yeah, she's really far ahead. So I don't like her Eye of the Oasis, but everything else is looking good. You have the same boots. Athene's is only 2100. So Athene's... Okay, I guess she's not... Eye of the Watchers is probably more expensive than Eye of the Oasis. In fact, I know it is. I think it's 300 more gold. I think it's 1900 versus 2200. So I'm not sure how she's getting this extra money. I mean, maybe if she got Eye of the Oasis, like, immediately. So 986. You have 900 something also. So the gold is about the same on those items. But yeah, the fact that she had redemption in that last fight was a really big deal. I mean, that might even be the whole game, honestly. It was that redemption proc. It was a huge, huge turning point in the game right there. You really don't want to fight this. You need to look at the items, if you can, and just tell your team not to fight this, because they're going to murder you right now, because they have redemption and Locket. Now, obviously, you don't want to get caught there. I don't need to say much about that. Just don't be that far forward. Otherwise, your positioning's been pretty well that game, but, you know, if you get caught this late, it's going to be really bad. Okay, you got redemption, so that's good. But yeah, you need to recognize that you can't fight there, probably. You're against a Janna who has Locket and redemption. You need to wait until you get at least a redemption before you fight that. I feel like it's going to be really hard for you guys to win this game at this point. Okay, Zenna's dead. This isn't the worst in the world, but... Okay, she wasted her ult, because you can't stop Sion when that's happening. Okay. Yeah, just try to get up here. Throw a redemption on this as soon as you get into range. Like, right... Ping him. Tell him to get it. Tell him to get it. Throw a redemption on him. They just don't have enough damage. Sona doesn't do any damage. It's like the zero damage Sion build. Nar's falling off. He doesn't do any damage either because he's got ZZ Rock Portal. Frozen Mallet. He doesn't have enough base damage. Xin Zhao is going to start melting people. Yeah, you need to ping him back and get him out of there. Pink him. Obviously, that's a mistake. Yeah, you need to be using that pink a lot more to help people run faster. It's probably Baron. Yeah. Yeah, so you need to ping them back more when they're up here and Ori's like down here doing whatever she's doing. You just make sure your team is grouped up as 5 and try to set up like baits for Baron or yeah, it's probably pretty locked up. I'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. This is getting to that late game where you're just not going to be able to do anything that I was talking about. The Zen with the Morgana shield and the Janna shield is just going to be too hardcore for you. So your best chance here is just try to catch them at... you know they want to go up middle, so you need to ward here and here to make sure they don't flank you. They might go bottom, because that's low. You have... No, that's their wards. I was going to say you have good ward covers. Those are their red wards. You're going to have to let this tower go. He's probably going to die. It's too low. You have to defend this tower. No, 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 no. I mean, I guess this is okay, but you just don't have any damage there. Like, you need the Gnar. The Gnar's fallen off, too, in terms of damage. There's that redemption. Drop your redemption in here. Drop your redemption. I don't know if it's on cooldown or what, but somewhere right here. Just make sure it gets used. How does this game go on for another 10 minutes? Okay, you did manage to stop the Baron, which is good. You need to get everyone down here. They're running it up middle. You need to be pinging them. There's not enough blue pings going down. You need to be like assist, assist, assist right here. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, that locket, though. So, yeah, Janna should have locketed before the Ori ult, but it still stopped any kind of follow-up on the ult. Yeah, look at this redemption. Well, they all walk out of it, but it was a nice redemption by her. Yeah, I haven't seen you use your redemption. Just make sure you're using it. Maybe you're using it and I just am not seeing where it is, but in these fights, just make sure you use it. Even if there's not like a perfect time to do it, just like when it breaks out, just throw it on somebody. Just make sure it goes on cooldown every fight.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Speed it up a little bit. I don't think there's a lot y'all can do right now. Here you go. Okay, drop Redemption on him. Don't forget it does 10% max health damage to everyone else too, so it kind of helps a little bit. Yeah, Redemption right here, Redemption. Yeah, just make sure you're aiming those ults. You know, before you run away, make sure you land them. I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself, maybe you're lagging or something. That's twice that you've thrown ults in the wrong direction, which, you know, obviously is just a mechanical mistake, but just slow down. Make sure you land your ult and then you can run away. How many are dead? 3 of them are dead. Yeah. Y'all should try to get some stuff here. Okay. Yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff. Y'all drop a Redemption on him. Yeah, they're just basically suiciding to try to get these towers. So yeah, I mean, you need to run it like, yeah. Whoever's pinging Dragon, that's where you need to go right now. Get something. If you get kills, like, you need to get stuff. I would just go for the inhibitor right here, honestly. It's late in the game, you still got 30 seconds. Just run it straight at the inhibitor. Just forget the dragon. I would just go get the inhibitor. And dragon's okay, just, you have to get something here. But the problem is, they can still beat you, even if they group, and you have the dragon, they're still going to beat you in a team fight. Like, they're only going to make that mistake so many times, probably, where they split up and just give you free kills. It's like a gift. Well, that's better than no redemption. I would save that redemption, though, for a team fight. Okay, now, right here, right here. Inhibitor, inhibitor. Inhibitor. No, no, no. Zen can steal this, though. I mean, you see him over here doing Gromp. Gotta get that Gromp at 42 minutes into the game. Isn't he full items yet? Not quite, almost. Yeah, they're gonna collapse on you over here. Whoa, you guys didn't even get Baron off of that? No, no, no. You have to go get something off of that. Like, you should have run up and got this inhibitor, I think. Enemy can't steal inhibitor. Yeah, when y'all kill somebody and you have Fire Dragon right there and you have a 4v5, you have to go do something. But everyone just backed, and they get a free dragon or free Baron out of it. Like, that should never happen. There's only have 4 people on the map and you have 5. They have the 4v5, and they get the Baron. Like, your base is not under that much duress, right? I mean, Sion had a, let me see. Sion had a ZZ, I think, working middle when you got Dragon. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, that's where you just killed him. Right? Yeah, Sona's got 50 seconds. So y'all just got Dragon. All 5 people are right here. Middle's fine. You've got a ZZ Rock portal. That's going to hold it off for another 30 seconds before it gets on your towers. Top lane's pushed. It's an open inhibitor. Like, there's not even a tower here. So you don't have to worry about pushing this wave up. You can just run straight there. Janna's a big deal, too. I mean, that's their locket. That's their redemption. She's got her ult. She's the one with exhaust. She's got the Ardent Sensor that's buffing up the Jinx. So it's actually a really big deal that they don't have Janna right now, team fight wise. She's probably actually, like, right there with Jinx. She's probably the most important person on their team right now for team fights. So I'll say rotate more decisively. Yeah, so you need to be pinging, like, immediately once Janna dies. Just ping, 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 ping this inhibitor and just go get it. Yeah, everyone just leaves. Then people ping Baron, which is, like, okay, because you see their jungler bottom. But then no one goes. Baron's a lot more dangerous because then you get that debuff on you, and if Jinx shows up or Morgana catches people, just flashes into that pit, like ult Zanya's or something, it's big trouble. But you need to go do something. You can't just... This shouldn't happen. You should have run straight for their inhibitor. Okay. Let's speed this up. They get Baron. Baron is way more valuable than Dragon. That's probably it. It's gonna be too much power. Jinx is just in like overkill mode. Yeah, you're not... There's Locket. Yeah, you're not gonna get through Janna probably. No, you did get caught out a little bit there. You did flash out, which is good, but... Wow, what? How did you possibly win that? Okay, Janna didn't use her exhaust. Wow. You guys, you gotta go right now. You gotta end this game right now. Ping, ping, ping. Do you guys actually win this? I don't even remember. I mean, you've got time. You got 20 seconds. You need to get at least 2 inhibitors here. The Jinx is up in 10. Second inhibitor. And then leave. Second inhibitor and leave. You need to be pinging second inhibitor. Ping it. Ping him. Tell him inhibitor. Get this. Okay, now run. Ping back. Get Orianna out of there. She's probably dead. Okay, she got out. Okay. Wow. I don't... They goofed some stuff up there, for sure, to let you get back into this game. Like, this just shouldn't be happening. Yeah, you really need that Locket. Locket. Redemption. Use your redemption. I know that was Soraka's. Okay, there's yours. Okay. Oh, Jinx. No. Y'all grouped up for the Jinx. At Penta. Yeah, y'all cannot group up for the Jinx. Let me go back and look. Yeah, there's a Sona Redemption and Locket. Janna's channeling her ult. Yeah, somebody has to get on this Jinx, but you just can't get through this front line. But you need to definitely not all group up. Like, you need to fan out. You need to be... I know it's hard to get through them. It's hard to get through them, but if you can, like, you need to walk up. I might even, you don't have flash, but you have to get up there and try to get an exhaust on her or something. And she's gonna kill you if you do that, but, like, she's just melting your team. Like, it looks like you might actually win this fight after the Orianna ult. Ori had to ult the Jinx there. I think she ults the tanks. Yeah, if she would have pulled the Jinx into that too, you guys probably could have won. But look at this damage Jinx does. Look at that. That's one Jinx crit rocket. There's a second one. Yeah, Gnar gets the picture, but it's too late. And that's it. So I would... you did exhaust somebody in there finally. But I would... It's hard to run by their front line to go exhaust the Jinx because you're going to die doing that, but... I don't know. It's difficult to say that... You know, your position was okay. It should have been Ori or Gnar or someone else that grabbed her, but... I don't know. It's definitely a consideration to walk up there and try to exhaust that Jinx. But at the same time, it's difficult to do. Alright, so let's get out of there. Okay, so, best things to work on here. How long are we? Are we, like, super long here? Yeah, we're pretty long. I try not to do them this long, but, you know, I did a lot of the pregame with the itemization stuff, because I think a lot of people need to hear that about the Frozen Heart Morellonomicon in particular, and just why Locket and Redemption are what you should probably be doing. Okay, so, be more aggressive early. Okay, so definitely be more aggressive early. Bait. Janna shield. Use more power chords. So Janna was using her shield like really liberally. Like she's wasting a lot of mana on that shield. So you want to make sure you punish her. Get up front. You have a heal. They don't have a heal. The Ezreal was playing pretty aggressive also. So just get up there, play forward, get aggressive, muscle up on them early. Time your backs a bit more efficiently. So whenever that first back, remember, was decisive because you didn't have a sight stone and they got a kill on your Ori middle and they could have done dragon and you had to use 2 summoner spells because Jinx came back with a BF. Yeah, and you should have told Ezreal to back right there. Once again, you can't force him to do it. That Ezreal was out of position a lot. You know, he may not do it. But you need to go back and get that sight stone as soon as you can and just ping him and tell him to back after the enemy backs. Then at least if he doesn't back, at least you have your sight stone and you can prevent that death middle and guard dragon. Because remember, one of the warnings that I said was that Zen could do dragon really early. Now, he didn't do it, but he could have. So it's important to get that up there. Shot call faster and with more authority. There just weren't enough pings going on. Like, you need to be pinging Sion back. You need to be telling people where and when to be and how to rotate. You guys had a bit of an advantage early on, but ended up getting a bit out of hand. They did give you some chances to get back in, but the shot call a little bit faster, you know. Rotating up towards the inhibitor was a major one at the end of the game to get that tier 1 inhibitor. Because just imagine, if your team got that tier 1 inhibitor after Dragon, and then you back, and then you get those 3 kills or whatever bottom, or wherever you got those kills, you win that team fight near Baron or wherever, and you're walking up when you got those 2 inhibitors, remember, kind of near the end, if one of those inhibitors had already been down, they would have had supers in their base, and you just would have flat out won the game. So if your team would have just rotated up there and got that inhibitor and got those supers pushing before you had that next fight, then you would have won the game. Now, yeah, events might have unfolded a little differently if they knew their inhibitor was down, so there's always that. But, you know, you definitely want to make sure that you're shot calling and just making the right moves, give you more dragons, more barons, and such. So it's okay if you make the wrong call, but just make a call. Like, there's just not enough pings going on, and people are just kind of running around doing random stuff. So just practice being a leader, being a shot caller. And, you know, I talk about how to do this in a bunch of my guides and on the streams and things. And I know you watch a lot of that stuff, but just be more proactive and try to be a shot caller for your team. And as I explained, that redemption play by the Janna might have been the game deciding. It was big. That was a major turning point when Janna redemption and healed the Braum and the Jinx, and they were able to turn it around, and Jinx got like a triple kill. Their team killed 4 people, and they got Dragon, and I think they parlayed that into catching out the Gnar and then getting 1 or 2 towers. Middle after that, I mean, that was a massive, massive swing of momentum. That's when they really started to come ahead again. So you want to buy redemption. So if you would have had a redemption right there instead of rushing Eye of the Watchers, if you just kept your Sightstone tier 1, you should have had enough gold to get redemption by then. And if you could have matched Janna's redemption, then at worst you would have been able to get out of there and no one would have died. And at best you probably could have turned it around and killed them if you could have healed all 3 of your people there while they were running. So that's really, really important to get those items faster. Like, yes, getting that 4th ward is nice, and yes, you know, getting the extra AP and all that stuff from a 4-ward item is good, but that redemption right there is probably what won the game, or certainly put the wheels in motion for them to win the game because Janna had a redemption there. Let's see. Use W more. I'm not sure of the exact cooldowns on that. I wasn't tracking it like as much as I could be, but like every time that's on cooldown, you need to be using it. And every time your power cord is up, you need to be hitting people with that green power cord. More green power cords. And then the last one that I had was just be more decisive on your rotations. And that kind of fits in with what I was talking about, shot call faster and with more authority. So just make the call. You need to get that Ezreal back. You need to get that Scion to back up. And just be more decisive on your rotations. So I think that's the biggest thing. Is just be aggressive early. Time your backs a little bit better. Get that Sightstone. Put out wards a little bit faster. Shot call. People should be hearing about it. They should be hearing pinks. They should be hearing assists. They should be getting death timers, dragon timers. All of this stuff. Just relay as much information as you can. Try to ward a bit deeper. I don't think I mentioned that too much, but try to get into their jungle a little bit more after you get that Sightstone. Give more vision of the Zen. Get redemption faster. Use it more. I think there were some fights where you just didn't use it. It might have been on cooldown. But it seemed like Janna was using that redemption and locket a lot more efficiently. I mean, you didn't have locket, but I think she was really the decider in this game, honestly. Like, those Janna redemptions were a big, big reason that they won a lot of these fights. The Janna and the locket. And she even goofed up a couple of her ults and things like that. But Janna's extremely powerful, and she just had the powerful items. You didn't have a locket. You were really far behind because of that in team fights. And she was just using the redemption a bit more efficiently, I think. So just make sure you're using that redemption more efficiently and buy a locket so that you can actually use it in fights. Use the W's and be more decisive in your rotations. Alright, so I hope that helps you out, friends. Sorry this video is a little bit longer, but I wanted to give you as much in-depth as possible. I usually try to keep these about 45 minutes to an hour, but as I said, I kind of got off on a sidetrack talking about the items. But this is something that I think a lot of people want to hear about, because I get asked about Sona itemization a lot. They're like, why don't you go Lichbane on Sona, or why don't you go Roanomicon, or I don't get asked about Frozen Heart that much, but you know, like I said, I understand the reason. Like, Frozen Heart, really good against Zen, really good against Jinx, but it's just not as good as Locket is. That's the thing. Or as Censor. So, I mean, Janna's itemization was a major reason why they won this game, I think. In addition to these other things, that was certainly a big contributor, though. Okay, so thank you very much. That's going to be it for the guide part of the video. If you're new to the channel, if you're just showing up for the first time, people might show up and watch this video as the first thing on the channel. Who knows? But I'll just go ahead and show you around here really quickly. So we have all my past streams. I stream most weeknights, Monday to Friday, starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have streamed more than 3 weeks ago. I just haven't moved them over to that folder yet. But they're all under uploads. If you want to watch those, I have individual guides on how to carry in solo queue, good in-depth patch notes analysis. And I'll just click on this really quick and I'll show you how this works. So I have a bunch of timestamps here. It's almost like an audiobook. You can find your favorite parts, watch them, and then I have a Google Doc just like I have for this document. Helps you skim through, find all the relevant information really quickly. Nice and easy to navigate. So a lot of the videos are huge, but they're really easy to navigate. So you don't have to watch them all. Or if you do want to watch them all, you don't have to watch them in one sitting. You know, you can just like watch one chapter out of it, like read a chapter out of a book, right? And watch 20 minutes of it. Go eat dinner, go do some homework, go do whatever you want to do. And then come back, watch another 20 minutes, maybe the next day or something like that. So I try to make it real easy to access, tons of information. I have in-depth guides if you want to know how to play Janna, Lulu, and Zyra. I'm going to do a Nami guide very soon over the next couple of days, most likely. And then, of course, I have the coaching sessions, just like the one you just saw. I'm going to be adding a lot more of these over time. So far I have 3. They're all Zyra. This is a Sona one, and I think I have a Janna one lined up as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff there. And then I have playlists. So if you just want to watch all Janna, all Sona, all Tom Kench, all Zyra, you can tune in, check that out. I do have the Sona one linked in the description of this video. And if you're interested in the coaching sessions, just email me. The strategy professor, no spaces, @gmail.com. I'll put a link in the description. And I can help coach you through your game as well for the modest donation price of $20. You'll get the same treatment. I'll give you a great Google Doc. We'll have a pre-game, we'll have a post-game, and then of course I'll go through and give you lots of good analysis of the game itself. So thank you very much. That's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.